In today's age of political correctness, who would have thought that Netflix would agree to an anime adaptation of Bastard? But with the release of the new trailer, Netflix have shown that they're willing to do just that. And it looks as though they're staying pretty close to the source material as well. Stay tuned for some quick thoughts on the adaptation and whether or not I think you should mark your calendar for this one. Whenever it gets an official release date, that is. Remember to like and subscribe and comment below if you're anticipating this adaptation as much as I might be. If you're not familiar with Bastard, then you can get a lot from just looking at the title. The full title is Bastard with 2 exclamation points, followed by heavy metal dark fantasy. In Japanese, the title is Bastardo Ankoku no Hakaishin, meaning Bastard, the dark god of destruction. Both titles sum up the series pretty well. Bastard started as a dark fantasy manga with gorgeous detailed artwork, reminiscing of early Masamune Shirow or Inuyasha by Rumiko Takahasi. It has that late 80s, early 90s style that was popular before Evangelion made every anime and manga character long and thin. At first glance, you might think that Bastard looks a bit like Berserk, but nothing could be further from the truth. Bastard is over the top, crazy, and funny in a way that you don't just see that much anymore, which is why this adaptation feels so refreshing. The series is set in a medieval setting with kingdoms named after metal bands from the 80s. The kingdom of Metallicana is attacked by 4 Lords of Havoc, causing the High Priest to ask his daughter to awaken Dark Schneider. Yes, you heard that right. Protagonist is called Dark Schneider. Bastard is a fantasy story that borrows a lot more from Dungeons and Dragons, heavy metal, and older sword and sorcery works, rather than high fantasy like Lord of the Rings. It's set in a world where evil monsters are rampant and people need magic to survive. As you might have noticed from the images and story, Bastard isn't something that the mainstream would consider appropriate, especially today. If there's one thing that Bastard is not, it's politically correct, which is why this piqued my interest. I would really like to know who allowed this series to be produced at Netflix. I read the manga back in the day, but it didn't grab me that much. But to see it get this treatment will definitely allow me to give this series a second chance. I love the manga for its artwork, and that style is certainly continued here, but the music and voice acting seems to be great as well. I would really like to applaud Netflix for taking a chance with a property such as this in this day and age. You just don't see things like this made that often anymore. In a world where large organizations try more and more to control what you can think and feel, it's refreshing to see something so politically incorrect be given a chance, especially a property that's so old. Although the world in many respects is better than ever before, not all change is progress. With Urusei Yatsura coming back as well, I'm feeling hopeful again for future series. That said, manga and anime have been a beacon of hope throughout these last years, so I'm really glad that we have them. Have you read Bastard or seen the earlier anime adaptations? What do you think of the trailer? Let me know in the comments below. To find out why I think Japanese manga are better than American comics, watch this video next.
伝説のウィザードダークシュナイダー